Let there be peace among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar, Namaskar. Welcome to Satsang. Freedom, liberation, enlightenment, moksha, whatever. So when I speak here, it is already here and now, and you are already free. There is a lot of talk all over the world. I receive letters and enquiries from here, and some have come here only for this purpose, to understand. When I speak, you are already free. And then the questions are being asked thousands of years. We have been told meditations, practices, austerities, pilgrimages, temples are built, monasteries are built, pilgrimages are advised. What for? So I am going to deal with this question once again, because we have many people who are arrived recently for the first time to attend this satsang. What is freedom? What is enlightenment? Which many sages, many people have had in the past and in present too. And some prescribe control of the mind, keeping still of the mind, how to control the mind. So we will deal with all these matters just now. What is control of the mind also? And some say it is just like air, you can't control it. Some say it can be controlled by long practice. So what is mind first of all? Let us start from consciousness. Originally, fundamentally, in the beginning, before the Creator, Preserver and the Redeemer, that time nobody has seen, but let us imagine. Even before the creation of all beings, even manifestation, there would have been nothing. Call it consciousness. Just consciousness without any limitations. No limitations were there. From there, thought arises, as wave arises from the ocean. Thought arises from the consciousness, within the consciousness. Now this thought needs some vehicle to express, becomes mind. Thought and mind are the same thing. Yet, fundamentally, it is consciousness. Wave and the ocean remain ocean itself. Maybe tides or whatever in the ocean is yet an ocean. So many things the mind is thinking, and now thought arises from the consciousness. It's not anything else than consciousness, mind. So mind needs something to express itself. How to express? So mind needs the help of prana, means energy, means breathing. Without breathing, the mind cannot function. Now, this prana needs to express intellect. Then senses, five senses as we see, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing. Now how this is being spread, and these respective objects, object of sight, objects of touch, taste, hearing, smelling, all these things. Now this is called manifestation. From consciousness, thought, mind, intellect, senses, and then respective objects of senses, and this is called manifestation. Now, how it is separate from the ocean, from the consciousness itself, you have just to understand. Is it not within it all the time? Whatever you do, whatever activity you do, you must be there one who is active. Whatever you see, seer, sight, seen. Whatever you know, knower, knowledge, known. Whatever you do, all this activity must be there, and you must be conscious of what is going on. When you are active, you must know the activity, but nobody knows. Whatever you do, you know who is the doer, what has been done, and what is the method of doing. You can't escape, but no one knows what is the underlying basis, what is the energy, and who is conscious. Simply, if you are aware of this, this is consciousness, and you can't reject it also. Only you are not aware of it, and you are unaware. And this unawareness is called ignorance. And that's why we are bound. And we are told you have to control the mind. You are bound and you have to win freedom by such and such method. But I believe you have just to understand this always. Whole process you have to understand where this thought arises now. So we advise inquiry is the best method to keep us always into consciousness. So when we speak, who am I? Some people have gone here. They have not been able so far to express to everybody. Some people have declared, but they have failed to express because they have not understood correctly themselves. Therefore, there's a lot of talk in the West about it. How can we be enlightened? How we are realized already. Now, how can you speak anything? Even when you are bound, you are very well aware that you are bound. When you are in trouble, when you are suffering, you are very well aware that you are suffering. What is this awareness which is aware of suffering? Suffering is just a projection. As you are sitting in the theater or the cinema hall, some projection on the screen is coming in front of you. Someone is suffering on the screen. That is the projection from the projector. How you are involved in this thing. Projection is there. Maybe happy, unhappy, maybe fire, maybe river. By that, when the river is flowing, the screen is not wet. When there is a scene of destruction or fire, the screen is not burnt. When this projection is over, screen was as it is. There is no reflection, no projection on the screen. and that consciousness you are always. This waking state is activity, isn't it? Actor is there, action is there, acted upon is there. This is called waking state. Similar is dream state. And in sleep state also, you get rid of this. What happens in the deep sleep state? Sleep means dream also, but deep sleep state, this mind temporarily merges back into consciousness. Therefore, it is happy. Now, in this waking state, if you understand what is freedom, is just to realize your own self. How to realize? Just merge this same thought which came mind, senses, intellect, prana, objects. The same thought, I thought, what we called here, let it return back to the source again. What we call it, inquiry, who am I? So let this thought is not doing inquiring actually, it is only realizing how this thought arose for the first time in us and became this whole projected manifestation, the universe, past, present and future. Men, animals, birds, mountains, rivers, forests. So this is all in one thought only. All what we speak, oceans, mountains, animals, men, is just one thought. Without giving rise to this one thought, what can you see? Now let us see. This one thought, as it arose, let it go back from where does it rise. We have simply to understand this thing, that it is consciousness itself. Let it rise, let the wave rise or fall. This is only the substance is water. Whether it's a wave, tides, ripples, or whatever it is. How can it differ? How can you become anything else? So this is called to realize your own self. You are already, if you are simply careful and see the whole process, this understanding is called realization, and you don't need any method or way. First of all, if you want to realize itself and you want to have any way or method prescribed by the ancients, let us first think how far is the self located from you here and now, your own self. How far is your prana, means breathing, situated away from you, through which you want to do practice. You must need prana at least to do any practice. Without prana, without life force, without breath, you can't do any practice. Where is your prana, first of all, through which you want to conduct any practice? Where is your self, which you want to have self-realization? How far you are situated away from the self? If so, who are you? Where is this I which wants to conduct even the inquiry, who am I? And what is going to inquire, investigate or discover? So you have simply to understand this thing once for all. So if there is any problem, you can ask. And some people are very much confused because they say for the last 18 years we have been working with this teacher and that teacher, and still we are not clear about what is enlightenment, you see. Enlightenment is just consciousness, you see. Consciousness. Whatever you are doing, you must be conscious. And what is this consciousness? Why don't you merge or keep aware that I am consciousness? Or you deny, say, if reasonable, I am not consciousness. Say it this wise or otherwise. Or stay quiet, that's also we say. Stay quiet, or if you want to activate your mind, then merge the mind in its source. If you want to activate, you want to be active, then activate the mind to merge itself from where it arose in the beginning, or keep quiet. Same thing. You have arrived back to your fundamental nature, which has not changed, is not going to change, has never changed. These names and forms have no existence. What is the existence of a bubble in the ocean? What is the existence? What is not the ocean in a bubble, in a wave? Maybe name, maybe different name. Wave, different name. Ocean, different name. Form, different. Movements, different. Time, different. Height, length, breadth, different. So many things. Therefore, wave jet is not separate from the substance. So likewise, one, so many. There's no difference. There cannot be any difference between 1, 2, 3, 4 and whole 6 billion people and all the beings. What difference is there? Because you feel separate from the consciousness. How many waves in the ocean? How many bubbles in the ocean? If we count, how many are they? Are they not all one ocean? So like this, simply this understanding is called consciousness. And this is, I believe, is wisdom. To understand this is realization. You are not to do anything. If you are doing or not doing, it's same thing, you see. If ocean is still, is ocean. If ocean is waves, cyclones, same ocean. So when the cyclone arises, we see manifestation. It's not different from the, nothing has happened in the consciousness. You see the mirror. What difference when the mirror is alone, or so many things pass in front of the mirror, some cars, some animals, what difference does it make to the mirror? Will it cry when someone passes in front of it? Mirror is not polluted. Only certain things pass in front of it. It is ever shining. Shining is its fundamental nature. You don't need to give shine to the mirror, you see. If you want to see the sun, you can see it through its own light. You don't need to have a candle in your hand to see the light like this. To realize yourself, you need not hold any candle in the way of your meditations, any kind of practices. You will see this realization, this peace, this beauty, this consciousness itself is light itself. Only if you don't have any negative ideas in your mind, This light itself is help you to see what it is. Look within. This light, with this light, you will see your eternal face. Your own beauty you will see for the first time, and whosoever has seen it, he enjoys, he has enjoyed. And he became the Buddha, that's all.